Be blessed by the divine. Be blessed by the divine. Be blessed by the divine. Good morning to all of you. I'm happy today in talking to you all after a while through this Friday class. Let us take problems and solution as a topic of discussion today. In next half an hour, let us see what exactly we mean by problems and who has problems in current life and what are the available solutions for them. Okay, first let us try to define what exactly we mean by problems. When we face a situation which couldn't be managed with our usual way of doing things or with our limited capability or capacity, then we can call that as a problematic situation, right? Let us consider some example now. You are driving to a new place in Doha. Today, we all know that how drastically the changes are happening in Doha. If you go to a place in a month, and if you go even to the same place again after a month, you will not be able to recognize that place. So that fast changes are happening. So that too, from Alcor, when we are going, we'll be able to face this situation many times. So in this example, you are going to a new place and you lost the way as usual. And you are trying to get help from your mobile, switching on the map and trying to find the way. But you lost the battery and mobile went off. So how will you feel in this situation? So this is the problematic situation in personal level. It can be further expanded to family level or office level, even up to the world level also. If we compare an example of office level issue, we may be getting a challenging assignment for our team to complete that in a very short time span. So we all know that we are all limited with the resources in present days. In this situation, when we are getting a challenging task, that too with a short time span, it will be difficult to achieve, right? So all the team members will be feeling a problematic situation. So next, for world level, if we consider an example, we can take a very well obvious situation which is being faced by all the humanity now, the pandemic situation, right? Many of the people in the world, they are all affected by this problem in many different ways. So these are all the problematic situation being faced in different level. So we are now a little bit sure about what we define as problems, right? I believe all of you agree with this. Everyone will handle this problem in their own way, managing this problem. Because as I was telling, it depends on the individual's capability or capacity. Some will go through very easily, some will be tense or panic, which we might have seen in our practical life, right? I got an interesting colleague who is being recalled in this to quote. he will be very much tense when there is a problem and he overcome without any major drawback. Means when the problem is solved easily, he will be more tensed, because he used to mention, if there is a problem and we can solve it simply, then next problem will keep coming, and our job will be finished early and we will not be having any job. So this is what is tense. So as I said, everyone has their own way of managing the problem in their life. Okay, let us see now the next one. Who has problems in the current life? What do you all think? Who is having problems in current life? Any guesses? Anyone wants to share? Yeah, as some are responding.
Everyone.
There was an interesting saying about the list of people who will face problems in their life. In the present world situation, the rich and poor, educated and illiterate, male and female, old and young, all these people are suffering with problems in one way or another. Yeah, as you all answering clearly, every one of us in present life are going through the problems in one or other way, right? So we should consider the question in a different way. Who hasn't faced any problems in current life, right? So that is the present situation. So all of us are going through different problems in different situations. So getting problems in our life is a very natural thing. And also we understood philosophically, we have to face the problems and go through the painful experience, which helps to remove our negative imprints. So by that only we can get further purified and attain divine realization. So this is what the philosophy says, right? So we cannot get rid of problems in our life. We have to find appropriate solution, or we have to manage the problem. Okay, since we touched the solution part, let us go to the next part now. What are the solutions available for the problems which are being faced in our life? Are all these problems have same solution, or each problem has its own solution? Again, another question time. I'm just looking for your opinion. Are all these problems have same solution, or each problem has its own solution? We are trying to keep this interactive because Maharishi used to mention in one of his speech long ago, listening to a speech is easier than delivering a speech. Yeah, that we know, obviously, right? Because delivering a speech needs some kind of preparation. But for listening, we can just keep open-minded and sit and listen at any time. And he continues further that same sentence. There is one more easy thing generally for all people, is forgetting the things what they listen. So that is the reason we are trying to keep this interactive. After this class, we all might forget what is being discussed in the class. It may happen some or other time for some of us, right? Not at all times, but it used to happen for some of us. So to avoid that only, we are keeping this as an interactive way, so that the information may get stored within us for a longer duration. Yeah, I'm saying some of the answers, like each problem has its own solution and it depends on attitude of the people. Yeah, mostly you all say that each problem has its own solution. That is what we are there presently, right? Okay, I'll go back to the question. Same solution for all the problems or a different solution for each problem? We will take the same example, what we considered in the personal level. We are driving to a new place and we lost the way. So what can be the problem? Once that problem is faced, what can be the solution for this problem? The mobile also went off. Then we became a little bit tensed or panicked. Then, okay, again, we will accept that situation and start focusing by recalling, utilizing all the energy in recalling the things, like last time how we came or somebody else gave some tip about this area. Then we start looking for the direction and drive out to some known place, right? This is the way we will manage that problem. Okay, again, the similar situation is coming. We are going to go to a new place after a week. Then what exactly we will do? Before going itself, we will think that we can have a look on the map, or we can try to talk to the people who has visited that place for some kind of tip. So this is what we will do, right? So we are trying to manage the forthcoming problematic situation by utilizing our previous experience. So what exactly went missing in the previous occasion? Can we say like lack of planning? So if you plan properly before doing any activity, we may avoid a problematic situation, right? Somewhat we can, I think we can all agree with this. So the planning can be a solution for the personal level problems. That is what we are trying to conclude presently. So the same solution, let us apply with the other example, like office level example we were talking, right? Getting a new assignment, challenging assignment to complete in a short time span. And go back to this solution also, the planning. Will planning help to overcome this problem? Yeah, if you can plan the resources loading and required scheduling, all this, somewhat we can manage this situation also to complete in a proper way, right? So the answer for that question, like whether planning is applicable for the official level situation, we can say, yeah, somewhat to some extent it is also yes. So next we will go to the world level example, which we have considered, right? The problems faced by all the human being in this pandemic situation. Again, can better planning help us to avoid or manage this problem in a better way? Yeah, if you think further on this angle, again, we all will get an answer. Yeah, to some extent, it may be yes, right? That will be proved by today's situation when we are seeing the news. We are all preparing the vaccine distribution plan. The vaccine should be reaching to everyone in this world. So the country started developing a plan for the distribution of vaccine. even after, yeah, even before inventing it, right? So that is the way we are considering the planning to manage or overcome this kind of high level problems also. So what I try to mean here exactly is there could be some common solution for all the problems also, whatever the level we consider, like we considered earlier, like personal level or family level or official or world level, whatever the level you consider, there could be some common solution for all the problems faced in these levels. So these are all we discussed so far in general way. So whatever we understood by our practical experiences in our life, we try to put all the facts together and we try to reach to this point. So now let us see what our Vedatriyam has to say on this. We all might have experienced by this time, because most of us, we are practicing the learned practices in our system, and we all might have realized in our day-to-day life how much it is helping. Every practice we learn in our system, right from the physical exercise or meditation or introspection, all of them are helping us to manage the day-to-day problems to a certain extent, right? Okay, let us analyze further deep on this. Even though our guru has said that the peace has to start from individual level, he worked out the clear plan for all the levels. And considering from the top, if you take, he has developed 14 themes, like which are known as Vedatriyam principles. So 14 Vedatriyam principles developed by Maharishi, which can give a solution to all the problems being faced by this entire world, whether it is like an individual level or society level or country level or as a whole world level. You might have heard about those principles. Today we had a detailed topic on this specifically in the earlier Tamil class also. We may discuss in detail in future class about it. But our organization is considering those themes which has to be taken for implementation phase. So that is the reason a lot of work is being done by our organization. There is one dedicated section which is named as Brain Trust in our WCSC, who is working on the implementation of this plan by having some periodical discussion with several leaders or spiritualists or subject matter experts who can support in developing the idea to the implementation phase. So that is what Maharishi has given for high level problems. So let us go to the individual level, which we all need to know and we need to work more, right? Because that can be done by every one of us so that all of us can be benefited also. So again, as I mentioned earlier, all the practices, right from the exercise, meditation, introspection, all are helping in various ways. But there is one method which is given by our guru, addresses the major part of the solution for all kind of problems. We used to do that every time after meditation. So anyone prefer to guess? Even in today's meditation also, after the Turyadit meditation, we have spelled out that concept or that principle helps us to solve or to find a solution for majority of the problems. Yeah, someone has answered as blessings. Blessings I consider along with meditation. Yes, like meditation, introspection, blessings, exercise, all those are helping. In that category, I have considered. So there is one more. Someone else mentioned about Sankalpa. Yeah, Sankalpa is also a kind of blessing only, right? Self-blessing. Yeah. It is the twofold moral principle, as Subramani was mentioning. The twofold moral principle, what we are spelling after the meditation. Used to say that, right? The first one, I in my lifetime will not give pain to others, either physically or mentally. How beautifully the wordings are organized by our Maharishi. When you say that words with full realization, that too at the lower frequency, lower mind frequency, which was attained by the meditation itself. So that will be gradually transforming us to follow that at every moment in our life. That itself will solve many of the problems in our day-to-day life. Imagine a situation when we are not giving pain to others who is around us, either physically or mentally, and we can follow this 100%. Most of the problems will be not evolved at all, right? And let us see the next fold, the second fold. What we are telling, the second step, to the extent possible, I will remove the pain of others. So in the first step, we have seen that we are not going to create any pain to others, either physically or mentally. So the next one, we will remove the pain of others to some extent, whatever possible by us. Only by doing these two things, majority of the problems will be solved, not only in our life, in the life of all the people who is around us, like in our family, office, and the society, whoever we are dealing with on day-to-day basis. So majority of the problems will be solved by this twofold moral principle. That much effective, crisp practice was given to us as a gift by our Maharishi. So that is the reason it is embedded in our meditation itself, to consider it saying after every meditation. So instead of saying those as a mere words, let us all visualize that effectively and understand the effectiveness of it, and then we can try to say that. So by saying that, it will drive us to follow, and then it will be giving the result also in our life. Now saying that, immediately some of you might had some question. Immediately we will get a thought, right? We will follow this 100%, but what about others, the people around us? When they are not following, we may get problem because of that. So this is what immediately will come in our mind. This is where we have to realize the effect of positivity. When we talk about positivity, the spreading of positivity may be slower if you compare with negativity, but the strength of the result, okay, once it is spread, the strength of the effectiveness will be very much significantly high when we compare with the negativity. So the negativity may spread faster, but its severity or effectiveness will not stand longer. That's what we used to say, right? We once one negative thing is spreading, so immediately after, until it will not stand longer until the next one comes, people will forget the whole thing and will go with this. But when you talk about positivity, it is not like that. The spreading may be slower, but once it is spreaded, that will be very strong and will stand for longer. So this is what we have to realize. So we are all people who is adding more and more positive strength to humanity can realize this and do that with more focus, so that we will be able to get rid of the negative things from the people. So on this belief, when we follow the twofold moral principle also fully and start transforming ourselves, the gradually things around us will start changing by itself. Again, the problems in life is very natural, but we have to cautiously come out of it. Another point also being mentioned by Maharishi, when we are going through the problems, we may do further mistakes and ending up getting further problems. So that is what we are to be more careful. So for this only the constant awareness helps us, which we are getting through the meditation and introspection, right? So the constant awareness has to be maintained even when we are going through the painful experiences, so that we will not be complicating it further by doing further mistake. So when we are able to do that with awareness, when we are overcoming that problem, it will be giving a positive result to us, and gradually things will change around us also. So this twofold moral principle has to be utilized by all of us by fully visualizing it when we are saying after every day's meditation, which is definitely a helpful practice, right? But here I want to mention one more thing. Sometime back we saw that the most easy thing is forgetting what we hear after some time, right? So it should not happen after this concept also. We have discussed about twofold moral principle for a while. And after some time, if this is also going away from our mind, then there will be no effectiveness of this speech, right? So that is the reason I like to recall another story which is related to this, which used to be quoted by one of our professors earlier. Maybe some of you might have heard that story also. There was a man went to a doctor and asked that I'm feeling something different. I need some medicine. So the doctor checked him, talked to him for a while, and he said that you seems to be all right, and there is no issues seen, and no medicine required for you. So you can go back. Okay. So the same person came on the next day also. He mentioned the same thing. No, yesterday I came, but you said nothing wrong, but I'm feeling something different for which I need medicine. Again, doctor said the same thing. He tried to save him. So he said that he explained with more explanation and sent him back. Third day, again, the same person came. So now the doctor decided to keep him off from this problem. So at the same time, that doctor is like a kind of spiritual person. So he thought of helping that person. So he gave a box of 10 tablets to that person and said that there are 10 tablets in this box. You can take once a day. But there is one condition. When you are taking this tablet, before taking, you should not think about a black monkey. If you are thinking that, then you should not take that medicine on that day. So with that condition, he gave the medicine and sent that person back. You know what? That person couldn't even take a single tablet, because every time when he opens the box, immediately his mind starts thinking about a black monkey. So that is the reason he couldn't take any tablet in his life. So this is the nature of our human mind. If we link the information properly, all will be connected together, and when we are trying to recall, the whole set of information will come together. As we talked so far about the twofold moral principle, we have to understand that they are not plain words, and they have that much effectiveness, and they have a lot of value behind it. That is the reason Maharishi has given to us, and to be followed after every meditation, right? So with all that realization, when we are linking all this information together, and when we try to say next time, from today evening onwards, after the meditation, when you say the twofold moral principle, all this information have to be coming together in our mind. That will help us to achieve the real value of that twofold moral principle. So again, consider the problems in our life. It's natural because of law of nature. We are all getting different problems in different situations in our lifetime. But we have to utilize all the practices what we learned in our system to overcome, or at least manage the problem without complicating it further. So with that, yeah, I'll be concluding today's speech. Thanks for listening. Be blessed by the divine. Thank you.